Yo, what is up? It's your boy JDMC, and we got a lot to get into today. I'm gonna keep this intro short. What I'm gonna be doing today is going through all the NBA trade deadline trades that have just happened over the last 24 hours, or pretty much the last sort of 12 hours. So yeah, what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm just gonna cover every move, if it's big or small, just so you guys know everything. I've gone through all Wojo's tweets, all of Sham's stuff, all the updates, and I've put it all into one. Seems to have calmed down now. The trade deadline stopped for a few hours. Normally trades happen a little bit after, or the information comes out, but it seemed to have stopped now, so I've put all the information into this video. But before we get into it, please make sure to hit that sub button. We're on the road to 1K by October, so it means a lot. I don't just do like update videos like this, I do a lot of entertainment stuff, so if you love the NBA, I love the NBA. Yeah, my whole channel is NBA related. And also leave a like if you enjoy. But yeah, let's just get straight into this. Run the intro first.
Grabbing the boards like, I'ma go coast to coast. I'm on beats like do-si-do. They don't wanna go toe to toe. Step into my court, you get put in the post.
Alright, so we'll start off with these trades real quick. I won't read it out too much, you can sort of see it there. But these happened not sort of last night, like these happened within the last week or so. So yeah, Torrey Craig has gone to the Suns. Obviously PJ Tucker went to the Bucks with that trade. Trevor Reeves is now at the Heat. The Clippers traded that dude, and the Pistons traded Diallo. So we should know that, but you can pause it if you want to have a look at that. All the details are there, but I'm just going to move on. So the first trade we had was Corey Joseph goes to the Pistons for DeLon Wright, and also 2 second-round picks. I think it's just a low-key move. I think Kings get like a young sort of backup point guard who might play shooting guard sometimes, but yeah, not much to say about that. This is when the Bulls started getting rolling, so we had JaVale McGee go to the Nuggets for Isaiah Hartenstein and 2 second-round picks. I like this for the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets did really well. We'll get into it soon when we see the other stuff, but JaVale McGee, backup center for Joker. They're really missing sort of Mason Plumlee's presence as a backup center, so I think this is a good move for them. And then this is a big one. This was a big one. When this hit, people like, all right, this is going down. So the Bulls get Vucevic and Aminu, and the Magic get Wendell Carter Jr., Otto Porter, who I'm not sure if they're going to buy out yet or not. And then they get 2 first-round picks. I think this is an even trade. Obviously, the Magic is fully entering a rebuild. Magic just put up a shop. They were like, come get anyone. If he's over 24, come get him. But yeah, this is really big. Obviously, the Bulls now have Zach LaVine and Nurkic, so they have 2 All-Stars plus Marketing. They've still got, what's his name, Cody White. And I also know that they were trying to trade for Lonzo, I think. But we'll get to Lonzo soon, but that didn't happen. And then this was another big one. So the Celtics get Evan Fournier, who I'm guessing will be their starting shooting guard, and Marcus Smart will move to the bench. And all they did was 2 second-round picks as they gave up. I'm assuming they used their trade exception because Fournier's got like a, 16, 17 mil contract? Don't quote me on that. But yeah, they must have used their trade exception, which was good because they really needed to use that from the Gordon Hayward trade. So I honestly think this is a very good move. Like, this is very good for the Celtics, and hopefully it can, push them up a bit so they become, a playoff team and cause some damage maybe. And then here's a sort of low-key one. So Bulls trade Gafford and Hutchinson to Washington for Troy Brown and Wagner. And Wagner also gets moved, but we'll get into that soon. And this is another big one. So the Nuggets get Aaron Gordon, and the Magic get Gary Harris, RJ Hampton, and a first-round pick. So what I'm assuming is Aaron Gordon's going to start power forward? No, because they have Paul Millsap. True. Obviously, you'd want to start him over Millsap. Does Millsap go to the bench? Because if he plays small forward, I guess you'd have to bench Michael Porter Jr. And they could just start Barden over Harris. But anyway, moral of the story is the Nuggets have added Aaron Gordon and JaVale McGee, and I think that's going to be big for them. I think they're losing Jeremy Grant and who else? Mason Plumlee last year. It is showing a lot this year, the impact they had, especially defensively. So I don't think they've added the same amount of defense in terms of, like, JaVale McGee is a good defender. But yeah, sorry, I'm waffling on. Nuggets did really well. Aaron Gordon's gone to the Nuggets. That's crazy. No one really talked about that. We were sort of hearing like Celtics rumors and stuff, but we'll move on. And the Heat get... It's funny because I know this guy, but I've never said his name out loud. I'm going to try it. I'm going to butcher it. Allow it. Nemanja Bjelica. Just ignore that. But the Heat got him, and they gave up Mo Harkless and Chris Silva. I think this is a nice trade. He'll play sort of that power forward, could stretch the floor. I'm assuming he'll probably come off the bench. But yeah, I think that's really nice for them because, like, Mo Harkless is a good wing defender and a 3-and-D player, but the Heat got enough of those with Jimmy Butler and Iguodala and stuff. So I really like this for the Heat. And OKC trades George Hill to the Sixers for, I think it's Tony Bradley, Tony Bradley, something like that. For Bradley, Ferguson, and 2 second-round picks. And then Austin Rivers goes to OKC, and Ferguson goes to the Knicks because it was a 3-way trade. So I don't know if I said that confusing, but the details are there if you want to have a look at it. This is just a sort of low-key move. I do think that George Hill as a backup point guard with Ben Simmons is really nice for the Sixers. So we'll see how that plays out, but I think that's a real low-key nice move. And this is one that caught me off guard. Obviously, we knew Norman Powell was going to get traded, but so he went to the Blazers for Gary Trent and Rodney Hood. I think this is good both ways because obviously Raptors are wanting to rebuild a bit. Obviously, Norman Powell's still young, but they wanted to trade him because I think his contract and stuff. But I think Gary Trent Jr. is a very nice player. Rodney Hood, he's a bit average now. I like him, but he's a bit average. But Gary Trent to the Raptors is nice because he's only 21, 22 still. So I think this is a good move for both teams, but especially the Blazers with Norman Powell. And Toronto trade Matt Thomas to the Jazz for a second-round pick. Nothing major. This one's real interesting and caught me off guard. So I always said the Clippers, if they got Rondo in the offseason, that would have been huge for them and maybe could have made them top favorite type thing because that's their problem. They need that true point guard. But the thing is, I've given up Lou Williams and 2 second-round picks. The picks are right. But Rondo's really nice at the Clippers. But the fact that they've sacrificed Lou Williams... it will still work. Rondo's going to be the backup point guard, I'm assuming, behind Beverly, and then you've got Luke Kennard who can play that backup shooting guard, and they've still got Terrence Mann and stuff. So they'll be alright. But yeah, I think this is just sort of an even trade in terms of they've given up scoring, but they've got the playmaking hole that they needed. But I think this is beneficial because Lou did look a bit old this year. But yeah, I have a Clippers mate. Shout out to Isaiah. Sup Isaiah if you're watching, you're probably not. But yeah, he said he was sort of sad about this. Obviously it's cool to get Rondo, but it's sad to see Lou go. But yeah, we'll move on. So the Kings get Terrence Davis and the Raptors get a second-round pick. Nothing too big there. Raptors get a pick, and yeah, for Terrence Davis. I thought Terrence Davis sort of had nice upside, so that's good for the Kings. The Raptors only got a second-round pick for him, but I guess they thought it was worth it. And so, yeah, so there's no Lonzo Ball trade. I just thought that was all rumors, eh? I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know why the Pelicans in their right mind would want to trade Lonzo when his chemistry with Zion so well, and he's built chemistry with Brandon Ingram this long. So I thought that was a bit stupid. I guess just Lonzo has a lot of trade value maybe, so they're probably just seeing what they could get. Maybe that's where the rumors come from, but if I'm the Pelicans, I'm not trading him unless it's for an all-star or something. But yeah, we'll carry on. And Andre Drummond and LaMarcus Aldridge have both been bought out by their teams. So I haven't heard too much. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm really hoping we get Drummond, and I think we are very interested in getting Drummond. Don't know what would happen with Marc Gasol, if we'd waive him or whatever, but yeah, that's the situation with Drummond at the moment. And LaMarcus Aldridge is apparently having strong talks with the Heat, but I don't know if they're having talks, but I think LaMarcus Aldridge as the Celtics center, because I've just traded Tice, which we'll get into, I think that would be very nice. If the Celtics can add Fournier and then Aldridge as their center, I know he's not that great laterally defensively, but in terms of offense and stretching the floor, that would be crazy. So I haven't heard if the Celtics are interested. I think they are, but yeah, we have to keep an eye on Aldridge and Drummond because that could change some teams. And this one caught me off guard, I think. I think this is a low-key nice one, probably one of the most underrated trades maybe. So JJ Redick and Melli traded to the Dallas Mavericks for James Johnson. Don't know how to say this guy's name, sorry. Iwundu. Anyway, they traded for him and a second-round pick. I think that JJ Redick needed to start on the Pelicans and make Eric Bledsoe the sixth man because JJ Redick obviously is not the greatest defender, but him and Zion's chemistry was really good. They were running some pick and pops and high screens with Zion as a ball handler. So it is sad to see him leave the Pelicans. I'm a bit of a Pelicans fan at heart, behind the Lakers obviously. But yeah, I think that this is going to be really nice, and I think that the Mavericks will utilize JJ Redick well. Brad Wanamaker went to the Hornets. I don't know if he got traded or if he got waived and then brought out or whatever, but Brad Wanamaker's at the Hornets. And no Kyle Lowry trade, he stays. Okay, so what's happened is they were trying to trade him because he's an unrestricted free agent at the end of the season, and obviously they don't have intentions to re-sign him. So they thought, let's trade him and try to get some, return from it. But they haven't traded him. They said they're happy to keep him for the rest of the season, and I think they'll part ways once he becomes an unrestricted free agent. From the things I've read, it doesn't seem like they want to bring Kyle Lowry back. They want to move forward with sort of the youth. But yeah, so Kyle Lowry's going to be a Raptor for the rest of the year, and they said they're happy with that. And then he'll be an unrestricted free agent. And this was a big one. This came out of nowhere. I know we've heard a lot of Victor Oladipo to Miami. Victor Oladipo gets traded around like nothing now, and yeah, I just wasn't sure the possibilities of it. But the Heat only gave away Avery Bradley, Kelly Olynyk, and a draft swap to the Rockets for Oladipo. So I just want to talk about the Rockets real quick, sorry. The Rockets pretty much in a broad sense got Oladipo for James Harden, and now they've got Avery Bradley and Kelly Olynyk for Oladipo. Just let that sink in. Let's move on. Warriors trade Marquise Chris to the Spurs for Caddy Lane. Lalane. I don't know, never heard of that guy before. But Marquise Chris, I feel like he's alright. He's been injured most of this year, so we haven't really seen him too much, but low-key move. And then the Bulls receive Daniel Tice, and the Celtics get Mo Wagner. I don't know about that if I'm the Celtics, unless the Celtics got another plan of a buyout market, but I'd rather Tice over Wagner, right? Wagner's younger, but like, is Wagner a starting centre when Tice sort of was? And Tice worked really well with that team, but I don't know. How do you feel about that, Celtics fans? If you're a Celtics fan, how do you feel about that? Because I'm not sure how to feel about that. And then Pacers waive Jalen Lecque. Anyway, the Pacers waive that guy. And the Kings are expected to waive Jabari Parker, which is sad because he was good coming into when he got drafted to the Bucks, was it? And then he sort of just got traded around, I guess. I feel like he's quite like, he's not a new style NBA player. Like, he's quite like a big like power forward, but he's quite old style and quite slow. But I haven't seen too much of him play lately, so I don't know. But he obviously, yeah, I heard some reports about his NBA career is looking a bit shaky now with all of this stuff happening. But yeah, don't know if anyone will pick him up or not. OKC Thunder have waived Myers Leonard to make room for their new accusations. So Myers Leonard just should have never said that on the live stream. I feel like his NBA season's like gone, but I mean his NBA career's gone, but that sucks. He'll probably get picked up from someone, but we'll just see if teams want to bite on him with the sort of stigma around him. And TJ Warren is out for the rest of the season with a foot injury. This isn't to do with the trade deadline, but I thought I'd just chuck it in so you guys know all of this information. But yeah, he had a foot surgery, so he hasn't played this year, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he's been ruled out for the rest of the season, so that sucks for the Pacers. And then next plan to waive Vincent Poirier, whatever, that guy. I've heard of him, never seen him play, I don't think, but they've waived him. But anyway, that's it for the video. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to hit that sub button. Like I said, we do a lot more NBA videos, especially like entertainment stuff. So I'd really appreciate it if you hit that sub button and enjoy the movement. But yeah, that's all the trade deadline trades that have happened, and a bit more information as well outside of just the trades. But yeah, now you guys are all up to date. Thank you so much for watching. This was actually a really good trade deadline. Yeah, I was starting slow. I stayed up real late last night because I'm in New Zealand, so the time difference is a bit altered. But yeah, I thought it was real interesting. When that Vucevic one hit, I was like, oh, stuff's going down. And like, I think the Magic made it interesting by opening up shop because they were pretty much the big moves if you take a side like Oladipo. But yeah, I'm satisfied with this. I didn't think this much would happen. I sort of thought it was getting a bit build-ups, but yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed it. But anyway, that's it for the video. I'll leave you guys alone now. You know, you guys are all updated, so I'll catch you guys next time. Stay safe and peace.
Grabbing the boards like, I'ma go coast to coast. I'm on beats like Dosey Do. They don't wanna go toe to toe. Step into my court, you get put in the poster. We ain't talk to nobody if you ain't with the smoke. Run up on me, watch your ankles get broke. Spirit get him in the kick it back with the ghost. A lot of people talk, but ain't doing the most. I'm a kook as shit like who you. I don't think that we neutral. Can't control myself, I'm breaking free like JD MC Mewtwo.